So we're all here, you guys, today, because this is the beginning. Hey, this is the beginning of our real estate mastermind. And the real estate thing we're starting is called RE100. RE100. Real Estate 100. And it's a real estate accelerator system and building block for all the people we're going to help. So through this whole thing, we're going to help a lot of people get into real estate, number one, and grow their wealth in real estate. But the deal we're always going to make with everybody is once we learn it and know it and make a bunch of cash, we got to share it with somebody else.
Share with somebody.
So we always said that. So we got all these guys here. You're here for a reason, man. All you guys. We're all different ages, right? These guys are 20. You're 27, 28, 38, 49, man, the old guy. But look, I'm doing what all you guys need to be doing more of. And everyone here is a hustler. Everybody here is into this real estate thing. And we're all doing it. I've been doing it. My son, I introduced to it, he's doing it. If anybody is doing real estate right now, and they're not talking about owner finance and they're buying, they're not really doing real estate. I don't care if you're a broker, you're an investor, if
That's
you're a
key
buyer.
right there. That's
What are
key.
you doing? Tell us what you're doing.
I mean, financing, that's key. Seller finance, you definitely wanna, that's gonna give you more opportunity to stretch your funds out far as they can go if the seller is willing to carry back, meaning you come in with a little deposit and you pay them off at the close of escrow. And that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. Where I got basically 2 houses right here in Yuba City. This is my second flip. I flipped the other one less than 30 days ago, and I'm right back at it. I didn't start celebrating or,
Let's
getting
go.
comfortable.
Hey, let's go.
And I already got the third and the fourth ones locked in. I sent you the screenshot, the deposit already locked in. So they finna just get it. They gave the tenants a 60-day notice. So within 60 days, those tenants is gonna be out of there. By that time, I have this property that I'm working on closed, and I can go right into that one.
Every day, or not every day, but I look at my phone, KP's either saying what's up, or he's showing me money he put down on a deal, or a signed contract, or a closing. And every time he does it, he's not jumping around. He's like, I'm just doing what I'm.
And it all started, I mean, I've been working with investors like my boy Chris. Like I said, man, this dude right here is definitely big time inspiration, man. I mean, I done assisted him with so many properties, just helping them put it on the market or give it curb appeal, whether we keeping it or just maintaining the property. So with my experience, just kind of like assisting without being an investor in the real estate. After a while, it's like, hold on, man, I need to be going ahead and invest myself. So I'm like, hey, I mean, I built up the capital kind of like just from having a reputable business in my city. And now it's just like it's time to utilize that capital to invest in the real estate.
Let me get this straight, man. I paid you to fix up all my properties, and I paid you to get all the game to be my competitor? He's over there fixing on my properties, man, getting them all spruced up, and he's smiling, getting his checks from me, and he's buying the neighbor property before I get there.
Man, hey, on my way here, I'm like, hold on.
He was looking at the neighbor house down there,
I
man.
see the pad. I'm like, man, I know Chris gotta have this under contract, man.
No, he's been doing it, and he knows exactly what to look for.
Yeah.
They don't have green grass when he buys it. They don't got a nice paint job when he buys it. But when he sells it, they do.
Most definitely. And that's pretty much what I'm capitalizing on right now from all the services that my company already offering, that we already providing for the community. It's like I need to utilize all these services to flip my own real estate. Because I already got the crew, I already got the equipment, we got the trucks, the trailers, the manpower. It's like, why not?
So you build up your money in your business, build up your capital, and then you invested in real estate deals, right?
Exactly. And the my company is funding my real estate deals.
Man, That's good, man. The company's funding his real estate investments.
That's what's
He
going
gets
on.
a stack of cash. He buys dumb shit though sometimes. Like he's got jet skis and boats and all the dumb shit, man. You but
Every
look,
now and then you gotta, every now and
all
then you
this
gotta
shit,
play
man,
hard,
but stick most of that back in the
Oh,
deal,
most
man.
definitely.
I know you do.
Most definitely.
You always do. I know
Most
you
definitely.
do. You're doing good. You're doing good, man. Like I say, when I met you, I saw your shirts and your crew and your truck. I thought the National Guard was out there taking something over. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Oh, we're deploying the troops. Deploying the troops, man. What? You're just fixing up the property, right? But they come in mobbing, man. Trailers and trucks and everything matching, man. All branded out. I was like, I didn't even care the price, man. I knew you could get it done with all that, man. I knew you could get it done.
Oh, yeah, we gonna get it done, man. So, yep, I'm thankful, man. I'm thankful just capitalizing now, man. It was just, I was just kind of like just soaking it up and just waiting my turn, getting more comfortable with and getting the services, more so getting the services under my building. Like after doing so many with other investors, especially my boy Chris, it's just like, now I'm building relationships with investors, and I'm also basically bringing these properties to the only thing I wasn't doing was the investing part.
You're making everybody else all the money, right?
Exactly. So the
Nice.
only thing I'm not doing is the investing. So it's like, it's time to invest. Because I'm doing everything but the investing.
And now for a year you've been investing, right?
Yes, sir. Less than a year.
And every time I talk to him, he's like, man, I should have been doing this a long time ago. Forget that, man. What's the next deal? He's like, this one. That's all you got? And he's like, no, I got these other two. Every time I go over there, man, you're doing this and he's doing, man, I love it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What about you, man? What are you doing? You got to tell us
Oh,
what you're
man.
doing, man. You got to you
know,
got to take the spotlight.
You know what's funny is I'm doing more of the same. We built up our capital from our business, and then so here, you know what the issue was for us? It's like, all right, we can make money, right? We can make a little bit of money or save up money, but we didn't know where to put it. That was our biggest thing. It's like everybody talks about investing. You're supposed to stocks or real estate or whatever, but you don't really like know what to do until you do your first win. What I didn't realize was your money in the bank is no
Depreciate.
good. Yeah, so it's not going anywhere. Matter of fact, it's going down in value.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Better have it working for you.
Better have it because, like,
sure.
yeah, you should have a savings. I'm not telling you not to have a savings. Have a little, like,
yeah, a little cushion,
buffer, yeah, a little
definitely,
cushion,
yeah.
right? But I mean, after that, if you got money just sitting in the bank, dude, it doesn't do anything.
It's not doing nothing for you.
That was our issue. That was
Period.
our issue was, we had money sitting in the bank, but what are you supposed to do with it? And then you just hear people, you're like, oh, put it in real estate.
Yeah.
That's as far as it goes. That's as far as.
But
I
how? How?
Yeah, I'd be like,
give me
all
some
right,
detail.
Yeah, like give me some detail. And I didn't know the detail until I met Chris.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't know the detail until he like walked me through. He's like, hey, this is what He came in one time and like we just randomly started talking, and he gave me his phone number. He's like, hey, like if you're serious, like give me a call. Next day I called him exactly at 3 o'clock, and he's like, see, you're on point. Like I know you want to get after it. So he showed me what he does. He showed me. He was doing I think it's when I met you too. We were down in Del Paso Heights. And he did a duplex over there. He told me, he's like, hey man, see, it's in the ghetto.
Y'all was out in the hood.
Yeah.
Dude.
No way.
In the
So I
Heights,
think there's videos that we walked up to the property, and I think from the back when we walked around the corner, I probably saw a total of like 10 needles on the ground.
Yeah,
I was like, bro,
yeah.
you're buying shit out here? Like this is.
I think that's when I first met
I think that's when I first met you too.
I was with someone taking photos.
Yeah.
Over there,
And
yeah.
Kenny was out there,
Yeah.
and there's needles on the ground. I was like, bro, are you sure? Like this is where you want to buy stuff? He's like, no, trust me. Like this is exactly where you want to buy it. And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
So show me the before of when it was all ghettoed out and messed up, and showed me pictures afterwards. And he made like $150,000 off of that.
Yeah.
We get to the second property, and like we pull around the corner. I'm like, damn, this thing's nice as fuck. Like I would live here, man. If I was gonna move into an apartment, like this is where I would move. And you got all the nice signs, you got the green grass, and you got the nice paint and the patio, and you got all these nice. You got a playful dog and a little dog park or whatever. Man, we go inside, and I started talking to some of these tenants inside, and they're all cracked out.
Turned up.
They're all cracked out.
Hey.
Not all of them. I'm just saying the ones that I dealt with were. I was like, all right, I get it. He did a great job with the property, but it doesn't matter who the tenants are.
Long as
they're paying rent,
long as that income coming in.
that's all that matters, man. That's all that matters. But that was some stuff I've never seen before. That was pretty impressive. But you know what though? So I was telling him earlier, like, it's easy to save money. It's easy to like stack money. People can work, have a savings. But for me, the issue was before I met you was I didn't know where to put it. You know, people always say that. People always say put it in real estate or go put it in stocks, right? But there's no more explanation. There's no more step by step. Like, you know, people don't really want to help. You know. So now when I met Chris, he like told me, he's like, hey, you flip a house, you paint it, you know, you make it look nice, you get some tenants in there, you go back to the bank.
In there, man. No, we got good tenants, man.
So actually, the biggest thing I want to cover refinance. So with my first property that I bought it at $220,000, put about 40 grand into it. I went back to the bank and I asked them what the value was, and the value came back at $395. So had a lot of equity in it. Went back to the bank because this is what Chris taught me. I refied the property. I did a cash out refinance. What that means is you can pull out equity from your house and just get a new loan on the house.
Right? How long did you hold the property before you pulled out the?
I did it as soon as it was done.
Because they paid cash for it.
I paid cash for it.
So it wasn't like a new loan, right?
Yeah, it wasn't a loan. So I went back to the bank, refied the property, pulled out cash, and bought the second one.
And they gave you like the 80% of the value?
I pulled out, it was 70%.
70%. That's still
and
good.
I took that, and I bought the second property with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't.
So you just keep the 30 in
Yep,
and
keep the 30
hold the
in.
property.
Yep, and just, you know, I did that with one, did it with another one. You
Yep.
know? And so
That's the Burr method.
Yeah, that's the burn.
method.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
you know, you don't have to use new money. You don't have to dip more into your savings and go
Just
buy
take
something
that
else.
same money and
Take
keep,
the same
keep
money.
reduplicating it.
You keep spending the same money over and over?
Yep.
Man.
And you get assets with it. Isn't that crazy? It's like a one-time investment. It's kind of crazy.
At the end of the day, it really
And
is.
he gets income. He rents it out for a high dollar.
Yeah.
I don't
Tell him
know.
what you did. You rented it to a bunch of people.
A bunch of people. It was about 4 dudes and $2,600 a month.
Yeah.
Each
And
one.
Yeah. So it's like for that area, you know, if you give it to one person or 2 people, $2,600 is a lot. You know, but I rented it out to 4 people and they're all truckers, right? So they're not even home most of the
Do
time.
they pay on time?
They pay early.
How much
Oh,
responsibility
truckers, you
do you
definitely
have on
ain't
that
gonna have to
property?
worry about your money.
Zero. Look, he spends no time on it. Gets $5K a month. Invests no time.
And you know what the best part is?
What part of what city this is?
This is in Sacramento. It's off Fulton Avenue.
Oh, I know exactly where Fulton
Yeah,
is.
Fulton, and then my other one is off of Riverside.
Oh, okay.
What's the best part?
Huh?
What's the
Best part is, man, I get 2 $2,600 checks, and I even forget that I have them sometimes.
You're
I
too
forget.
busy at work,
They show up in the mail sometimes, and I'm like, oh, I forgot. I forgot I get these checks. But that's cool, man. It's an extra $5 grand.
Mailbox money, huh? Those are big mailbox money checks, man.
Yeah, man.
That's what's up.
So
So you rent out the rooms individually, or what?
nope. I just found a group of people in both houses. That they're all friends. They're all in the same business. In both my houses, it's all truckers. All truckers. They're gone most of the month. I think they probably come home a week.
They're paying his house off. His equity's going up. They're paying it down for him. He doesn't have to do anything and gets a free $5,200 a month. Would you do that? Like,
I'm trying to do it over and over again.
And you are, right?
Yep. And here's the other thing is,
You're playing different games though. Look,
Yeah.
but they both work.
Period.
so you know the other thing is like I had to jump into the pool. That was the thing. I had to jump into the pool. Like your first investment is your scariest, you know. But at the end of the day, the way I look at it is like, even if you buy a property, unless you hit some crazy recession or some crazy shit goes south, even if you're not profitable, like you're at least gonna break even. You can throw tenants in there, you know. It's just hold it, and eventually the market's gonna correct, and you're gonna be able to sell it. There nothing bad happens when you buy property, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And like house rental properties at that anyway. Like,
Let's talk
he-
about
he
over
asked
here.
me-
I love
hold
over
on.
here.
He asked me. He said, "Why don't you sell both your properties and buy something bigger?" That's all. That's the whole goal. Because like the interest rate's kind of crazy right now. What I want to do is take both of these properties and do a 1031 and get something bigger.
So
Get more
sell
in.
both of them,
Yep.
put them each in a 1031 holding account, and then take those and buy one bigger property.
Yep.
So how much equity do you think you have in each one? If you were to sell them both today, what do you think you'd end up with?
Probably 700,000.
700,000 he'd end up in cash from the sale of his 2 deals. If you do an owner finance, you could do a 700 down. Owner finance, this is the key points of owner finance. If you're a buyer and you do owner finance, and this is what I want when I'm buying it. I want the lowest down payment possible, the lowest interest rate possible for the longest term possible. If I'm selling it, I want the opposite. I want, short term, man, you better give me my money fast. And I want a big down payment and a big monthly payment. It's different if you're buying and selling. When you're buying, you want brown grass. When you're selling, you want it looking like green grass. So it's the interpretation of the property. When you buy it, it's different than when you sell it. When you buy it, you want to beat it into the ground and steal the property. When you sell it, you want it to be a turnkey, beautiful, performing, good shirt, good watch, performing asset, Because that's what's going to get the most money.
As a first-time home buyer, we're younger, we haven't bought a property yet. Would it be better to use an FHA loan or look for an owner finance deal? Because let's say I wanted to buy a duplex with an FHA loan, where I only have to put down 3.5%, and interest rates are good. Would that be a good opportunity to venture into, or just only look for seller finance?
If it's that good of a deal, then the banks aren't going to loan on it. They're not going to give you an FHA for it.
He's right. When it's a screaming deal and it's junky looking, the bank won't give you that 3.5%. But if
you can't compete with cash.
You can't compete with
And
cash because you might have an investor going against you like KP, man. Or him, man.
Yeah.
I try to go owner financing all the way. Every deal, people call me all the time, every day. Hey, Chris, I got a deal. What do you think people always ask first? What do people always ask? I got a deal for sale. What do you say?
How much?
How much? Right? I know. Hey, what are the terms? Chris, you want to know the price? Yeah, we'll get to that.
Turn.
Can I put a little down? Will you work with me? Can I pay you overtime, man? Let's work together. Work it out, man.
So Tom, what I want you to talk about is the rent that's coming in. How does that add value to the property?
Oh, this is very important, you guys. Value in the property, of course, is where it is and how it looks. But the most important thing is what the F it makes, man. What does it make? Savvy investors know this. Where's the property? Yeah, you want to know what it is, but what it pays in rent. People buying big apartment buildings, if you're buying it, they're not looking at your credit and you. They're looking at the apartment paying.
What the income, exactly.
50 tenants paying $1,500 a month. They don't look at my credit. They look at
The property qualifies you
That's right.
right off top.
The owner finance is the way to go, though. I will owner finance everything I can get. I'm doing 5 deals right now. Every single one of them. Smallest one is $100,000 deal, owner financing. The biggest one right now is $8 million, owner financing. Earlier today, we're driving. Hey, Chris, I got a deal. Remy's like, how much is it, Chris? Who cares, man? Is there owner finance available? Owner finance. If you're in real estate, if you're an agent, like Andrew's a young hotshot agent over here, right? If you're buying and you're not asking about owner financing, man, I want to sell you some. You want to buy a bridge, man? You want to buy a bridge? Owner finance. But yeah, the value is it's in those rents. And then you never have to sell. When you have a 30-unit apartment paying you $1,200 a month per unit, you pay the bank, you pay the expenses, you put a free $8K a month in your pocket that you don't have to work for it. Why would you want to sell? Do what he did in the house in an apartment building and see how you feel, man. He's all pumped up over them 2 houses. I love it, man. Try to refi an apartment building. I'll buy a deal that's $10 million, put $3 million down, and say to the bank, man, who's loaning who? I want my $3 million back when I improve my property. And they'll give it back. The best part of a property, you guys, is to own a piece of real estate that pays you and have nothing invested. That's not possible, right? Is it possible to own a piece of real estate that pays you thousands a month, if not tens of thousands per month, with zero money invested in the deal?
Oh yeah.
would you ever venture into new, like, property development, like build new buildings for yourself?
Heck no.
No?
I'm not a builder, man, and I would never buy land. If you got land for sale, if you want to give it to me, maybe I'll take it. But why would I buy land to someday, somehow, build something after I get the permits? Man, I want money. I want to put $1 million or 2 or 10 out.
That's a long
That's
process.
only-
right there.
only
that's
way-
over time.
So this is like a personal thing. The only way I would buy land is like if like there was a plot of land here in Granite Bay available where I like got to the point where I was wealthy enough to like build my own house. And that's like a personal.
not
thing.
an investment.
That's a personal thing. To invest in though, land is because it's not going to be paying you, right? It's going to cost you millions of dollars to construct and to build and develop. And what are you going to develop? A commercial building? You develop, a couple of residential homes on there. That's a long process. That's years and years, and it's not going to be paying you at the same time. So the thing about units and the thing about rental properties is, yeah, you pay $10 million or whatever for the property. Here's the thing: is you're still making money at the end of the day. There's people that are paying that off for you. Versus when you have land, it's kind of just sitting there.
Yeah.
It's not producing.
It costs a little bit. You got to pay the tax,
Yeah.
the insurance. The money is going the wrong way in land. And the people that are doing land, the real sharp guys, Sammy knows a couple and they're doing it, but they're sharp. Let me, Chris, a little apartment guy, buy a piece of land and compete with that, man, they're going to kill me. It'd be like me going against Remy, man, in a cage match, man, right?
I don't know, I think he could take you, bro.
He's a fighter, man. He's doing the cage. I don't know. He's been training me, man. I think I can get you.
Get the gloves.
I got him. I thought we'd get in the backyard. We'd have some.
You don't need gloves.
I got the winner.
Hey, you want to hear a funny glove story? I was training with Joseph, go in there and I'm acting like I'm, something or somebody. And I'm like, he's like, put the boxing gloves on. We're going to punch this thing. And I'm like, hey, bro, could you put the gloves on me? And he's like, I will. But later we talked, if you're a dog, man, if you're a killer, don't nobody put your gloves on for you, man. You put your own gloves on, man. What?
He still be asking for help every now and then, though. I'm tired. Just get my glove real quick.
The other day I was having a tough time, man, and I was in a bad mood. And Joseph just helped me through my bad mood and my workout. But the next day, man, I know I pissed him off a little. Because I'd never been so sore. He was picking on me, man. He was having me do, you weren't, man.
I was.
I had it coming. I deserved it, man.
It's all for good, though.
We're good?
Oh, yeah,
Good,
100%.
man. Yeah.
Here we go, Austin.